Hello, welcome. I am so excited for today's video. I'm going to be doing something that I have been wanting to do, wanting to get for so long. If you're new here, hello. Lovely to see you. If you are not new here, if you're old, you may know how much I have wanted a bookshelf. I've talked about it in maybe a few other videos. It's just something that I don't have, and I have a lot of books. I think I have probably over 100 or 200 something. I can't remember what the specific number is. But I have a lot of books and I don't actually have like a real bookshelf to store them on. And I know that's like, you don't need one, but I've been wanting one. So the day has finally come. I have a bookshelf, so I need to put all my books on it. And that's what this video is. I'm so excited to show you what it looks like, show you the whole setup. My current setup, if you're curious, I have a ladder in the corner of my room where I keep the books that I've read on it, and it's beautiful. I kind of love the aesthetic of the ladder, and like the look of it is actually really nice. My issue is in my room I have two French doors that unfortunately lead to nothing. Like, they're doing nothing, and they don't have curtains or blinds or anything, so the sun, and my room is south facing, so the sun shines in here so brightly, so brightly. So my books have started to, oh hello, we'll have a friend here. My books have started to discolor. Covers are fading. A lot of my books have that like orange yellowy tint to them. I've been wanting to get my books out of the sun for some time now because I don't want to age my books. Like, I haven't had them for very long, and then some of them are old. I don't want their quality to worsen while they're sitting here on a bookshelf that's not even a bookshelf. So I just wanted to get something that I can put my books on that is out of my room, out of the sun, and maybe can hold them a bit better, because a lot of the books like don't actually fit on the rungs of this ladder. It's like an antique ladder. I finally have a nice bookshelf now. Sorry, this is my cat, Clumsy, and I won't be explaining his name. Yeah, so I'm gonna move all of those. I also have a TBR cart, which I'm sure you've seen. If you've seen my other videos, you've seen in some other videos. I know about the whole trend that's like the TBR cart, and like everyone thinks it's cute, whatever. I don't love it. Oh, down he goes. It's not really like my vibe, my aesthetic. So I would like to put those books onto this new shelf. This cart is just, it's not big enough for all the books that I have. You can't really see what I have. And I have other uses for this cart. Like, I want to make it my craft cart and get all these books off. I might have to use like the top rung of this cart still for like TBR books, which is fine because the place that it is in my room right now is like kind of protected from the sun. Everything that I can fit on these new bookshelves, I would like to fit. So I'm gonna move all of my stuff out there and then we'll start organizing. To my new little library office space. You see that over there? Let's bring it closer. Don't mind this. This might not be the finished product because I might end up staining the wood, just like a clear coat, but for now, I just want to see how my books look on here. My dad made this for me for Christmas. He is like a crazy crafty guy, and he made all of this out of recycled materials, which is just like so awesome. Here's a little lesson, a little background on my new bookshelf. The wood is made from old siding that was on our house. We redid the siding on our house this summer, and my dad kept all of the old wood, and so all of the wood is that, which is funny because you can still see like he left some of the paint still on it, like, I don't know, for texture, I guess. And I think the underside of all of the wood, yeah, the underside of all the wood is still the paint. And so it's like literally the color of my house. And then all of the bars, I think these are all steel bars that were recycled from maybe an old factory or something, but he said that they came off of a conveyor belt system. So they're all really nice and sturdy. He soldered all of this, or welded, I guess. They used to be black because they had grease on them, but I degreased all of it off. So I don't know, I might end up like spray painting them black or something to kind of get that like ironwood kind of look to them, because I love the color of this wood with like a black, like that would be really nice. But I don't need to do that right now. I'm lazy. And I just want to get my books up on there because this has been sitting here since Christmas. It's the week after New Year's, and I want to get some books on there. I want to try it out, even if this might not be the end product for the shelves themselves, but we'll see. And then as I was taking all of my red-ish books off the shelves, I started to put them into piles here. The way I'm going to organize them is in sections of like genre, I guess. I'm looking at all my books right now and I'm really thinking that not everything is going to fit, but you know, I don't really care. So also some books might need to go upstairs. We have another room that has like a lot of like art supply stuff, and there's also built-in cubbies where I keep all of my childhood books and a lot of my young adult books. So I think I need to put some back up there. The issue with that is, again, it's essentially a sunroom up there, so all of the books have been getting sun damaged. So I need to figure that out too. But I don't like reach for my young adult books, so I think I'm gonna put them up there. Even like I want to keep them, I don't want to get rid of them, but they're not gonna be going on this shelf. I'm gonna organize some things a little bit more and then put them on the shelf. What I'm thinking is for the top, I want to do my classics and my nature books maybe, or just nonfiction in general. I have, out of all of the nonfiction that I have, it's mainly like nature related. So I want to do that on the top, and then I think the second rung is going to be literary fiction. The third rung might be more literary fiction and then like subgenres, and then the last one I think I want to do romance, but I don't have that many of each of these things. My biggest section I know is literary fiction, so this might have to be a two rung ordeal. Shelf. Should be saying shelf here, not rung. I also have to work out for this top one. There's no, well, I guess on any of them, there's no side rungs. I don't know if you can see that from where we are now. So I either need to like set them up in a way that they won't like topple off the sides, or I need to get bookends. So we'll see about that. Okay, I think I just successfully did the first shelf. All of these are my classics over here, and then I've got my Penguin Classics Deluxe Edition books here because they're just beautiful, and they're probably like my favorite sort of edition for books. So I just have them sitting here, partly because they have like 3 in the same series, but then also like they can just act as a bookend for right now. So yeah, these are all of the classics, and then over here I have my like nature going into nonfiction and memoir, and then that right there. So I think most of these are nonfiction, some of these are fiction, but a general theme. I might have to move some things around here and there depending on what I find, but this is what I have right now. And then I have my like pottery acting as a bookend and then as a divider. But that was a little bit difficult, like not gonna lie. I started doing this shelf. It's weird having like subgenres of just like literary fiction, especially if I haven't read them, because I don't know if they like fit into certain things. This is as far as I got on literary fiction, because this is like the easy stuff. I might end up alphabetizing this. That could be fun. but overall it probably will just stay like this, and then I'll have to futz around with these bad boys. Shelf 1 done. Hell yeah. This is the current development. I think that this is like women's literary fiction. I guess all of this. Actually, these aren't women's. But I'm pretty sure everything else, these all might be women's authors. Authors who are women. Other than the Virgin Suicides, but yeah, wait, let's move that. Whoa. Here, why don't we do this? Women in STEM, am I right? I kind of like how this is all just women authors. That kind of is cool. I do still have a lot of literary fiction to sort out. I've got some things in front of me, but they're not like screaming any sort of subgenre, other than maybe have some like historical fiction and then like quirky fiction. For example, I have like The Story Life of A.J. Fickery, Big Fish, and then 2 Friedrich Bachmann books. So I think this next shelf is just going to be like random. And then I feel so bad. I don't know where to put this. This is Independent People, which I've talked about before. This is like an Icelandic book. I don't think it's like a classic though. Otherwise I would put it up here. Oh my god. If I don't like where it looks here, I might just put it up with the classics and just say screw it. So I have another section split up into kind of like thrillery, darker fiction books and like witchy stuff, which feels weird putting that next to romance and also next to random literary fiction. So we'll see where that ends up. And then I have all of my like young adult and fantasy, so maybe I should put my romance up here because that's like women. It's hard not having a plan, and then but I don't want to make a plan, you know what I mean? Well, what can you do? Just put the books on the shelf, girl. It's not that hard. It's not that hard. Oh my god. Let me know if you need a guide to witchcraft or any spells. Like I can totally hook you up. I got a whole handbook here. Don't worry. It is so, the spine is so incredibly cracked on the hot date spell and the love spell. So hit me up if you need that. I'll send you the recipe. I got everything on there. I don't know if that's where everything's gonna stay. Because, like I said, these are kind of like a little bit of historical fiction, getting into whatever that is. These are like family personal sagas, and then these 3 are something, and then these are quirky fiction Madeline Miller books, and then we're getting into the more dark stuff. So we've got my thrillers. I only have 3 thrillers because I'm not really a thriller person. I guess this is science fiction. Love this movie though. This was given to me. Shout out My Secret Santa. This is an amazing, technically classic vampire novel, but I feel like I like keeping it with my Coraline book because they're both so cute and they both start with a C. And then this is like magical realism, dark sort of vibes. I don't know if this should go here, but it's about white people stealing indigenous Native Americans people's bone marrow. Sounds kind of scary. I have yet to read this, so if this is in the wrong spot, please let me know. And then these are my 2 witch books. What can I say? All of us teen girls, I think we had a phase. At least I did. I very much had a phase. Next, I really just have to do my fantasy and like young adult. Depending on how much I have, I'm gonna move my romance potentially to up here if I have too much. We'll see though. See, like these books need to go upstairs. I remember loving this series when I was in middle school. Loved this series in middle school. You know, love these two. Like, I kind of want to reread this. I know it's bad, but I ate that up. Love this series also. Like, yes, this is a middle grade book, but they're honestly all so good. Oh my god. She is banged up. This book is loved. Good book. Don't know if I need to keep it down here though. Same with this. And this. The rest of these I think are fine. This all ended up fitting so perfectly. I have all of my romances here, as I said earlier, and then this is my little Shady Hollow series, and then I have like some books that I only have one of, whether or not they're standalone or a series. So I got those here, and then the rest of these I've got my series all together. Well, I don't have all the books for some of these, but like these two, these three, those four, those all belong together. That looks good. This one I think I do need to do some work too. So, and this one as well. I am missing a few books because they were in my 25 books I want to read in 2025. So I have them like set aside so I can look at them over this next year. So if you're maybe noticing, I'm sure you're not, but I don't have about like, maybe there's 10 books still left in my room. So, but I have enough room. I'm so shocked that there's still room on here. Like, not super shocked, but like I'm very pleasantly surprised actually that there's still room on here. So awesome. So awesome. I was just organizing my romance books, and this is like the prime example as to why I needed that bookshelf and I needed to stop keeping books in my room, because this book, Happy Place by Emily Henry, I got this book, don't mind my one of my sensor pixels being broken. I got this book in July this year, maybe? It's January now, so what, I've had it for like 6 months. And look, it's already discolored from being in the sun. Isn't that crazy? Look at that. That's not normal. Like, the book is not supposed to look like that around the edges. Okay, hi again. It's been a few days. I've finally gotten to a point with the bookshelves where I think I'm liking where they're at. It took me a while to kind of like sit with how I had them set up and like see if I wanted to move some things, and I did, so I'll show you like a final run through in a moment. But also, I did a little Notion page of the books that I have on my shelf. I'm pretty sure this is accurate, and I'm pretty proud of it. I have like the cover, the name, the author, the genre, the read status. This is like what I really wanted, was whether or not I've read the book or not, and I wanted to see how many books I have read and unread, and then I have like a rating and then potentially video ideas. This was like a really big awakening for me because I did a chart of my read books versus my unread books, and I thought for some reason maybe I would have more read books than unread books. Oh no. Oh no, no, no. This is pretty bad. I've got 52% of my books are unread. I have 39% that are read, like recently, and then I've got 8% of books that are read when I was younger. So there are books that I know that I read when I was younger, but I like don't remember anything about them. They're kind of not read, not unread, but like I would like to reread them in the future kind of thing. Also, I don't think I included the books from upstairs on this list just because I might end up getting rid of them at some point, and then also I'm pretty sure I've read all of them. Like, that's why they're upstairs. They don't need to be featured on this nice shelf. And yeah, this was humbling, but very nice to see that I have so many unread books, because I think this year I really want to focus on reading the books that I have. Like, of course, I always like to have something going on my Kindle just because I love to read like right before bed, and I find it's pretty difficult to read in bed with like a physical book, so got my Kindle for that purpose. And normally I like to have like 1 or 2 books going on there at a time. I'm assuming I'm going to have books read this year that are not on my physical TBR, but I would really like to get through a majority of them. It says I have 73 unread books. Last year I read 51 books, so I'm definitely not going to be able to get through all of them, and maybe I won't want to by the end of the year. Maybe I'll do like an unhaul at some point, but I would like to get a big chunk of them done. Now I can show you the final setup. I guess I'll just start right here because you're pointed over here. These are like my kind of coffee table, but also movie related books. So I've got the Midsummer screenplay, which is beautiful. Also, the A24 website sells this, which is a little incense holder. And this is like the temple, I guess, from Midsummer. They sell it on their website, but I was in a ceramics class last semester, so I was like, you know what? I'm gonna make it myself. So made this for free, minus tuition. And yeah, I'm pretty proud of it. I haven't been able to burn anything in it because I don't have any cone incense. Once I get some cone incense, things are really gonna be looking up for me. And then I have a couple of like the A24 zines that they have because I'm a member. And then I also have this scrounging cookbook from them, which is like recipes from movies. For example, they have like the elf breakfast that Buddy makes in the morning, which is all like spaghetti and stuff. Yeah, so that's fun. And then I also have this accidentally Wes Anderson coffee table book that my friend got for me for Christmas a few years ago, which is a beautiful, beautiful book. I love this one. And then yeah, my Midsummer screenplay. I was thinking about putting those on the bookshelf, but like there's not really room. I'm fine with them sitting here on my desk. So yeah, those are my movie / coffee table books. Okay, so now I'm going to show you the rest of the bookshelf with some improvements. Let's get you turned around. Okay, hi, little voiceover time. So this is the top shelf with my classics and nature / nonfiction. Got my Penguin classics, and then of course my classics that I alphabetized actually. And then this is the biggest change. I changed that little bowl to this little library that I made. I totally forgot that I had this. Literally like such the perfect divider for these two genres. I'm so happy that I remembered that. And then the second shelf I have here, literally gorgeous, starting out with my Snoopy mug that holds all my bookmarks. And then, yeah, love these books. I also alphabetized these. I don't know if these are all kind of the same vibe, but I'm just rocking with it right now. And then there's another little bowl that I made in ceramics. Third shelf, biggest change here is I put my romance up here. And I also put in a little bookend so they would stop falling off. But I've got my 2 translated books, I've got historical fiction, other just random big fiction books, kind of going into the quirky fiction, Madeline Miller, and then yeah, I moved my romance up here. The only thing I don't like about this is that it sticks above the other books, but it's fine. Okay, last shelf. Like I said, I moved my darker books down here and I think it looks better. So I've got my one childhood book, mystery thriller, dark, witchy vibes, and then going into all of my young adult fantasy. I only have young adult for fantasy for some reason. Ta-da! All done. I am loving the way that this is looking. I love how the shelves turned out. I love how my books look on the shelves. It is just a masterpiece, And we're gonna end this video how we started, with my precious little kitty. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, like organizing my books with me, like listening to me yap, because that's all that I know how to do on this channel. Thanks so much for being here, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye. Bye.